All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start this tier list. We are going to do Cartoon Network cartoon characters. Or not Cartoon Network, sorry. Nickelodeon cartoon characters. Now, I was a Cartoon Network kid growing up. Next week's tier list will be Cartoon Network, but I had 2 weeks off of doing tier lists, and I had to redo my brain on doing these things again. So if I'm a little rusty, I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and get into it on like a smaller tier list with Nickelodeon characters. I'm familiar with a lot of these, but my focus growing up was definitely Cartoon Network. But I did tune into a lot of these cartoons, mainly four of them. Four of them were like my favorite, which would be like Avatar, Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, and Fairly Odd Parents. Those are like my main go-tos. I did watch some other stuff, so sorry for the hiatus I had. I was in Florida doing some family stuff. I'm back home in Kentucky now, and we're getting back into the flow of things. So without further ado, we're going to rate these characters on how I viewed them as characters. Not really much of their design, because design is pretty much speculation, and their impact is to the cartoons. I'm not saying like they're the main characters that get upgrade, but like their backstory, how like you view them, their contributions to humor. Like side characters sometimes have more humor and help the cartoon grow more in the eyes of the people. So let's go ahead and get this started. We'll go ahead and go with Jimmy's dad, Huey. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to put too many small characters in these because it could take a minute. And like I said, I mainly did Cartoon Network, so a lot of these smaller characters I didn't pay attention to too much. But Hugh was like arguably my second favorite to favorite Jimmy Neutron character. I thought he was always hilarious. I liked his like duck obsession for some reason. I thought it was funny as fuck because like everybody has like or knows of a middle-aged dad that has like a weird ass fucking obsession, like whether it be birds or fucking like woodworking or like World War II fucking memorabilia stuff. Like it was pretty cool to see like something that everybody could kind of relate to. Funny as fuck, clueless as fuck, but always was great when he was on screen. He didn't have too much impact or that much screen time in the show. I'm gonna give Hugh a B. Every time he was on the screen, I thought he was really good, but he lacks in screen time. He lacks in folksability, which rightfully so. The show's about the kids, man. It's not really about him. It's more about his son, his son's friends, all that stuff. But Hugh, I had to put on here because of how much I actually enjoy seeing him whenever he was on. I'm going to try to like sprinkle the cartoons a little bit. So up next, we'll go with Angelica from the Rugrats. Now, I feel like Angelica is a character that a majority of normal people do not like. But then you got the select random weird, and it's usually females that like Angelica because she was a bad bitch or she was fucking I don't even know. If you grew up liking Angelica, you probably grew up to be a toxic female individual. So in my opinion, Angelica is a D tier character. She's very unlikable. I did not care for her screen time in any way. And the subproduct of Angelica being these quote unquote bad bitches or fucking not worth a shit women or men. I'm not going to be sexist here, whichever one idolized Angelica. You probably grew up to be pieces of shits and not really likable. People may think it's not that deep, but who you gravitated towards as a kid says a lot about you as you got older. Okay? I'll just leave it there. But on the flip side of the Rugrats, you got the grandpa, and I think the grandpa falls into the same boat as Hugh. I think while he was on screen, he was super funny. He was like the grandpa that we all loved, like very compassionate, very loving, but also very fucking weird and funny as fuck and did random stuff. I enjoyed the grandpa. Now, I am not going to sit here and say I watched a lot of Rugrats because it was not my cup of tea. But from when I did watch it, I usually watch it with my sister because she liked Rugrats. The grandpa was one of the best characters in the whole show. He just didn't get the time, which is, like I said, understandable. You focus on the babies, is what it is. The grandpa was great, though. Danny Phantom. I'm going to go ahead and go to my first villain on here, dude. I think Vlad, as a villain, was a very well portrayed villain. I'm going to put him in the top of B tier, if this will move. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put him in the top of B tier, borderline A. I think him being a villain was great. I kind of like how he's somewhat similar to Danny Phantom. Vlad was the main villain. He was really fucking cool. I like that he had the split, like, personalities, not like in his head, but in the people's eyes, to where he was like this rich fucking dude and whatever. And then he would transform into the ghost and like terrorize people, but also had a cool backstory and would try to mentor Danny Phantom to a degree. And I actually enjoyed that story. Something about that I liked, and that being a villain makes it so much cooler to me. Like, he's not evil just to be evil. He also does good things, but it primarily leans towards the evil side, which I do enjoy. I like that kind of things when it comes to villains. So I give him a B. That being said, Danny Phantom as a character, C tier. I think Danny Phantom's pretty fucking mid. I think the cartoon's pretty mid as well. I think his dad's a better character, but I didn't want to rate it because didn't watch too much of Danny Phantom. But from what I did watch, I enjoyed Vlad way more than Danny himself. The story is cool. His interactions with like his friends or whatever. Like, there's nothing really that made me gravitate towards Danny Phantom in any sort of way. The best thing about Danny Phantom was the opening song to his cartoon. I think that thing kind of slapped, and that's about it. I'll just knock out all of Danny Phantom out of the way. I forget her name, but I want to put it on there because goth girls deserve some love. I'll put her above Danny Phantom because at least when I was a kid, I liked seeing her on the screen for reasons unbeknownst to me at the time. But as I got older, I learned it was something I was just interested in. So we'll go ahead and put her right there. All right. So I want to wrap out the Rugrats. That way I can get more into cartoons that I actually watched a lot and I enjoyed watching a lot. So let's go and get Chucky out. I think Chucky is A tier. I think Chucky is the best character in Rugrats. I think he is what entails of a best friend should be. He was always there to support Tommy. He was always there to support Dill and Lil, or Phil and Lil, or whatever their fucking name, the twins. I think Chucky was also a voice of reason. Sure, he may have been a crybaby sometimes, but they're toddlers. So he gets a pass for being a little bit of a crybaby, which I tend to not like. But he was the voice of reason. He was always there to support. He honestly was like the closest thing to pure good that you could have. He didn't really do anything bad things. Chucky was an admirable character, and I very much enjoyed him in the show. On the flip side of that, you got Dill. Straight bomb tier. He was just a fucking baby. He didn't say shit. He just babied around. Fucking goo goo gaga. Not fucking inputting anything into the show. And then if you had that orange ass fucking VHS of the Rugrats, you know Dill was a liability. Little dumbass baby got fucking lost in the woods. Tommy got mad. Fucking did something to fucking Dill. Don't fully remember. Then the fucking like wolves or whatever came out and the Reptar machine had to fucking save him. All because of this stupid ass fucking baby, dude. He don't do shit. He's just a baby. He don't do anything. He don't even talk. Why is he a character in this show about toddlers? I don't care about this baby. Anyway, on to Tommy. To me, Tommy is like pretty much the bottom of B. It's like I'm pretty neutral towards him. Some episodes he can be cool, and he had a cool saying, "The baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do." And I enjoyed him. But then some episodes, he pissed me off, dude. He's a little fucking cuck. And he had a baby brother who we all know is a fucking dumbass baby. And he's going to take his anger out on this baby. Baby can't even fucking do shit, dude. He just crawls around. He can't even walk. Like, why are you going to get mad at your baby brother? He don't know shit. He don't do anything. So like, to me, Tommy was very like mismatchy with his energy, and that's what makes me put him in B. I don't feel good towards him. I don't feel bad towards him. It was like an even out kind of saga. But I do prefer the grandpa. I prefer Hugh. I prefer Vlad all over him. But they're not good enough to be an A tier to me. So I think Tommy's going to sit properly right in B tier. All right, on to the next. We're finally getting to the cartoons that I enjoyed a lot. Let's go ahead and knock out Dog from Cat Dog. I think Dog is A tier. I think Dog's funny as fuck. I think having a dumb comic relief character attached to a smarter, sarcastic character was well played. But I always lean towards the fucking dumb ones because I'm dumb and I relate to dumbasses. And also, I think the comedy value that came from Dog was like pretty great. And the arguments that him and Cat have and his side of the arguments but almost never made fucking sense. Like, he would argue shit and say dumb shit and then expect a Cat to listen to him. And Cat's like, bro, you're fucking stupid. All right, dude, we're going to do it this way. And I enjoyed that dynamic a lot. So that being said, I'm going to put Cat on this list. Cat is right next to Dog. Because for the same reason, I relate to Cat. Because sometimes I hear some dumb fucking shit from people. And I'm either working with them, have worked with them, or I'm related to them, or married to them. Like, I hear dumb shit and I'm like, alright, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I put myself in Cat's shoes, and then the dynamic just makes it funny. You can't really have one without the other. I think they're a perfect pairing. It's kind of like a Pinky and the Brain kind of deal, except for not as drastic of a comparison. But yeah, dude, Cat Dog. Also, the cartoon was just great. I actually really like that cartoon. That being said, we'll just knock out Winslow. Winslow, to me, is at like the top of B because he also was hilarious. Super fucking funny dude in this show. I think Winslow had the great comic value. The problem with him was not enough screen time. But when he walked out and would deliver fucking jokes or just roast the fuck out of Cat Dog, it was ideal scenarios. It was perfect timing, well-written character, not enough screen time. I really enjoyed Winslow. Winslow was really fucking cool. Alright. Let's go ahead and go on to... We'll go to Mr. Krabs. Alright. Might catch flack for this. Okay? Might catch some flack for this. Mr. Krabs is the top of C. Now, hear me out. Mr. Krabs is the top of C because although he has some good quotable moments, I think Mr. Krabs, low-key, was the villain of the fucking show. He was the villain. And hear me out. Let me list some things off for what Mr. Krabs did. Mr. Krabs sold SpongeBob's soul to the Flying Dutchman for pocket change and lint. Mr. Krabs looked for every which way to not pay his employees. Mr. Krabs also would just bully people into getting his way and just be a cheapskate to everything he did. Now, I know that's how he's written, and I know he has some funny moments, but he's kind of a piece of shit. So I want to disrespect him because, honestly, he is potentially a B tier character, but I want to disrespect him and shortchange him into C tier. I'm going to sell him short for being a grimy piece of shit with meaty claws. Okay? We're going to leave him in C tier, and that's where I want him to be. Even though he could be valued higher, I'm underpaying the fuck out of Mr. Krabs. Going straight to C tier, dude. I'm going to move on to... I'm going to go on to Carl Weezer. Carl's S tier. Don't care. Don't care, dude. Carl's S tier. Carl might be single-handedly one of the funniest fucking people in all of Jimmy Neutron. This man has the most quotable shit from Jimmy Neutron. He is arguably the funniest fucking kid in that whole show for no reason. No reason at all. That man had the Jimmy's mom fucking meme, the croissant meme, dude. Llama, dude. My scapula. He got superpowers one time. That was funny. Dude got impregnated by an alien and made his ass grow to fucking astronomical signs. He literally had the first BBL ever documented in a cartoon because he got pregnant by some alien. Dude, Carl Weezer doesn't get the love he deserves from this show. I love this motherfucker. He is great comedy value. He's absolutely in every way what you want a side character to be. And if you don't know the episode about the alien, just Google Carl Weezer pregnant with alien. And the first image that pops up is him with a big ass purple ass. It's a big purple ass that was glowing. It was ideally funny as fuck. Alright. We'll go ahead and knock out Jimmy Neutron. Now, Jimmy is hard to rate because it's what do you personally value out of Jimmy, like a cartoon character? Do you want more comedy value in relief, or do you want more of like a serious character that the side characters do most of the work? So I put Jimmy in A tier, below Cat Dog, above Chucky. I think Jimmy is a very unique character to where he's not very joking, other than when he turned himself stupid because he got tired of being so smart and wanted to see what it was like to be stupid. Or when he split his body due to like his emotional sides or whatever. I think the side characters do most of the work in Jimmy Neutron, so I don't want to put him in S. But I think Jimmy is a well-written character that helps with producing these side characters shine. Like, he is a, what's it called? A conduit for like these other things to happen. So I'm not sure if that's the right word. I'm kind of fucking stupid, but I think that connects him to being a great used character. And plus, half his inventions were cool as fuck. And in the movie, I would always pause it when they were flying through space and pick out my favorite fucking like spaceships and try to make a cool like list with it. So I think Jimmy Neutron deserves A. I think he did a lot of heavy lifting in the show to set up the other guys for some light work. So I'll leave him in A tier. I think Sheen is also S. Sheen is not as funny as Carl, but Sheen is right fucking there to where he's also one of those dumbass characters who is perfect for being the comic relief while also being stupid. Ultra Lord, absolutely insane. To this day, I always wanted an Ultra Lord action figure. Never got one. Thought he was great. Sheen was so fucking good in this show, he had his own spin-off. Him and Carl together is the most comedy gold that cartoon's ever produced. They don't even need Jimmy. I think, dude, it's so hard because I think Sheen is just a perfect character with Carl. And Carl's perfect with Sheen, but Carl's also perfect without Sheen. So maybe I have to move him down to A tier. Now that I say that out loud. I think Sheen's A+. He's borderline S, A+. Because I think Sheen feeds best off of these other characters. And when you put him in his own standalone show, The Planet Sheen, it kind of bombed. It wasn't that fucking good. Whereas if Carl got his own show, it'd probably be funny as fuck. So yeah, I think I'm going to go A+ on Sheen. But Sheen is also absolutely amazing. I love Sheen. Sheen's great. All right, on to the next. We'll knock out Wanda from the Fairly Odd Parents. Now, Wanda is... God. Wanda's D tier, dude. I think Wanda is arguably the worst character in this show. What does Wanda bring to the Fairly Odd Parents? All she is the nagging fairy who no one fucking cares about. She always points out the most obvious shit that no one cares about. She's a voice of reason that's not needed in a show that doesn't use reason in any way. They're fucking fairies that make any wish within their rules fucking happen. So why does there need to be reasoning when there is none at all? I think Wanda is not funny. She makes zero jokes that are good in any way. She's just annoying as fuck. Okay? And produces zero entertainment to this cartoon. She's D tier and is god awful for the show, but I guess she's a necessity because of how it works. But what the fuck ever, don't care. Wanda's very, very forgettable for the show. Whatever. Her husband, on the other hand, Cosmo is A tier. Cosmo is the funniest fucking person in this show. Cosmo does the dumbest shit in the world. He always, when he's hiding and he transforms into these objects to hide away from people, it's always the dumbest shit ever. Makes no sense and it makes you fucking laugh. Something about dumb fucking characters in cartoons is the best. Something about it I absolutely love. I love stupid characters. Cosmo is ideal for this show. I think Cosmo is the reason that this show actually kept going on. Because if there was no Cosmo character, this show probably doesn't see a season 3 or a season 2. I don't know. But Cosmo carried this show on his fucking back and kept going. I don't think he's S tier because I also don't think the cartoon's S tier. I don't think it's really that much better than B tier. I watched it a lot as a kid because I would watch it when stuff was on that I didn't want to watch on other programs. That being said, I watched a lot of Fairly Odd Parents. But Cosmo is the main reason I kept coming back. I love Cosmo. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and knock out Timmy Turner. In my opinion, Timmy Turner is like top of B. Timmy Turner is a B plus character. I think he, of course, he's the main character for his show, but I think he doesn't do too much to make it more than what it is. I think Cosmo's interactions with Timmy makes it better. Cosmo's wish granting makes it better. I think Cosmo's solution makes it better. So if like it was just Timmy and Wanda, the show would kind of fucking suck, dude. I'm not the biggest fan of Timmy Turner as a character. I think he is somewhat of a cuck for like Trixie Tang. By the way, shout out, he's not on the list, but Mark from Yukopotamia, the fucking alien. Love that guy. Great character. But Timmy's interactions with other characters is what makes this show more valuable. I think Timmy is just not bland. I think he's a good, not great, not amazing character. I think he's good. I think he's well written for the circumstance, but I could have enjoyed more done with him. Vicky. I put Vicky bottom of C tier. She's meant to be hated. That's how she's written. I think she does a great job at being the villain. I think maybe the underlying emotional backstory helps her out a little bit. But, I mean, it is what it is. You're meant to be hated. Your screen time is always filled with you kind of being a bitch. But you do it well. So I'm putting you in C instead of D. I find more entertainment out of Vicky doing shit to Timmy than I do anything else. Because it means she's doing her job as a character. But that being said, it's not as enjoyable as these other characters are. So it's no hate to Vicky. It's just how you're written. Sorry. But I enjoy that you have to be in this cartoon for a lot of the plot to succeed. So thank you for that. You're kind of doing the dirty work of the show. Jorgen von Strangle is my favorite character in the show. I put him above Cosmo. No, I don't. He's my favorite character, but Cosmo's more important and funnier. But Jordan's my favorite character. And here's the reason why, okay? Jorgen is supposed to be the enforcer and the things that kids like. They're like, oh, boo, authority, and all this shit. But if you think about it as an adult now, this man had to show up when the dumbest fucking shit happened that was either outside the rules or he had to enforce policies. So he's basically the bad guy that has, like, he's a good guy that has to be the bad guy. Because when he's not enforcing the rules or doing dumb shit, he's actually a down-to-earth, cool dude. Which we all know, if we've all worked and had like any leadership stuff, we all know sometimes we have to be a dickhead because there's some dumb fucking people out here. Like, when Timmy tried to break the rules, Jorgen appeared and said, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he has to look like an asshole, all because some dumbass kid and some dumbass fucking fairies are trying to do some dumbass shit. So of course he's always going to be mad. Of course he's always going to have to be that guy who's viewed as the dickhead of this universe. When really, he's just tired of dealing with this fucking bullshit that all these kids do. And he's done it his whole fucking life, which was probably like, what, thousands of years? If you had to deal with bullshit and dumbassery for thousands of years, we'd all be like Jorgen von Strangle. Okay? I love this character because I relate to him so hard now. And you can see other episodes to where he's actually just chilling out, enjoying his life, and then some dumb fucking shit happens, then he has to turn into a dickhead. Like, he took a vacation, and he was just like, oh, y'all guys ain't fucking up, are you? And the whole time, they're fucking up in the background, and they're just lying to him. So, like, yeah, can't blame him. I enjoy the character, not a lot of people do. He's going in my A tier. I like him. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to Sandy Cheeks, first SpongeBob character, which is the #1 Nickelodeon show, SpongeBob. I like Sandy. I want to put Sandy like right here. I think Sandy's cool. Put above Timmy Turner. I think Sandy's cool. I like a lot of her episodes. I like how she assists in a lot of these episodes. Like when SpongeBob had anchor arms and Sandy had to deal with SpongeBob kind of being fucking stupid with working out, or when she's hibernating, which squirrels, I don't think hibernate, could be wrong. Either way, and, you know, the whole Pinhead and Dirty Dan, and then dumb old Texas. Like, Cindy actually contributed to this show. I like her inventions. I like how she's smart. I like how they added a mammal into this fucking show for any reason. Sandy's an enjoyable character. I do enjoy her, but I don't think she's above and beyond incredible. I think she's just like, I like her, but she doesn't do all that much to me. The B tier is I enjoy the character, or I think they're pretty mid and are neither great nor bad. I just like them in B tier. So that's where I'll keep Sandy. Mrs. Puff, D tier character. D tier character. Mrs. Puff's a fucking bitch, dude. Straight up a bitch. She literally tried to sabotage SpongeBob because... Sorry. She tried to sabotage SpongeBob for his whole bunny exam or whatever. Like, sure, you may have annoying-ass people in your life who are trying to do stuff, and it's not impacting you personally in any negative way other than you just see them being annoying. This bitch tried to, like, fucking pretty much somewhat kill SpongeBob. And then you find out, like, she has, like, this whole other life to where you think she, like, stole somebody else's identity, which that's a whole rabbit hole if you ever want to look into that. Mrs. Puff's not really Mrs. Puff. But she also went to jail to just escape responsibility, which is a piece of shit move to do. Like, there's nothing redeemable about Mrs. Puff at all. I think she's a dog shit written character. I think she's a dog shit fucking human being fish lady. Whatever you want to call her. There's no good morality to her. I don't respect or like Mrs. Puff in any way. I think she's also a low-key a villain of this show. Either way, we'll go to Katara. Katara is... Katara is C tier, dude. this show Avatar, which I think is the most well-written cartoon of all time. I think Katara is in this weird limbo of all these amazing characters and storylines are around her, and she just has to suffer because she will never ever live up to these other characters. She does what she needs to do. She's caring. She is supportive. She's that kind of character, but she's on the fucking back burners for how much heat is in this fucking show. She will never ever be, when I get to them, these other characters. She will never be as cool. She'll never have the cool story with them. She'll never be as well designed as them. And that's fine. She's there to help push the story along by being supportive, help the plot. She does a lot of stuff that I don't give two fucks about. We'll go ahead and go to her brother. And I think Sokka is the very top of B tier. Borderline A. I think Sokka is hilarious. He is also like one of the comic relief characters. I think he's hilarious. I think he pulls bitches. He gets bitches on him all the time, which is an admirable trait for Sokka. Yeah, if he's on the screen, it's either gonna be funny or he's pulling, dude. He's spitting game. Dude's got maximum fucking riz, and I don't fucking get it. This guy is unstoppable with ladies, and he's funny as fuck. That's why I put him there. His story's like, whatever. But I enjoy his dialogue and his quotes and what he does on the screen. So Sokka goes to the top of B. We'll go to King Boomy. King Boomy is cranked, dude. King Boomy's funny as fuck. I love King Boomy. I don't care if you think he should be lower. I don't care what you think. King Boomy's my homie. I'm gonna give him the respect he deserves. A tier. Man's just crazy as fuck out there doing shit. Super fucking nice and humble-ish. But dude, his fight with like Toph and he's just so fucking funny that he's one of those characters I just gravitate to. And if I could have anybody like train me from Avatar that's an Earthbender, or me be around that's an Earthbender, it's King Boomy. I feel like that'd be the greatest time in the world. Always has great energy about him. Always fucking about this shit, but also jokes the whole entire time about it and will shit talk you. Just an old fucking... Honestly, he's like an old crackhead. He's just an old crackhead. And I love that energy about him. Now we'll go to Toph. Toph is the goat Earthbender. Toph's funny as fuck for no reason. She has like the dry humor. Like she's funny without trying to be funny. Absolutely love her. She helped pretty much invent metal bending. She trained Aang a lot in earth bending. And the whole time she's just a great character, blind as fuck, and shows true skill. And you can't help but admire her as a character. Toph's honestly like a top tier character in the show. And her being added to the gang was ideal for them. And I absolutely love her contributions in the show. Absolutely amazing character. Love Toph. We'll go ahead and go to the Avatar. We'll go to Aang himself. So, I'm a guy who tends to like side characters a lot more. I put Aang below Toph solely because as a main character, I understand his story. Like, he's pretty much a kid that has to save the whole fucking world, basically. He has to learn all these responsibilities without having a true mentor, without going into the Avatar state or getting visions. Aang's very likable. Love Aang. He's just not my personal cup of tea in terms of putting him... Some people might put him in S tier or GOAT tier. I don't put him there. I think he's very, very likable. Very good story. Very good, like, maturing arc to where he goes from when you first meet him, an immature kid, to, like, the final book. He's very, like, mature about how he does things, but still keeping a childish nature. But I respect it a lot. I like Aang a lot. I like his story. He deserves being A tier. He's a great character, well written. Love him. Let's go to Squidward, Tentacles. Squidward is also A tier. Okay. Squidward's A tier. And here's the thing about Squidward. We all, as kids, made fun of Squidward and everything. As we got older, we became fucking Squidward. We all became Squidward. We all cannot stand dumbass shit happening outside our house while we're trying to relax. We can't stand annoying motherfuckers going on around us while we're trying to either work or chill. And we all just became him. He became such a more relatable character than anybody in this whole fucking show. Like, I am fucking Squidward when I'm at work. I see dumb shit all the time. And I just gotta sit there with this fucking blank face and just deal with it and go on about my life. And sure, he's not a good artist. He's not good at saxophone, but we all have hobbies we're fucking dog shit at. Dude, I fucking stream and play video games. I'm dog shit at both of them. Okay? I'm fucking terrible. I am the Squidward of my hobbies. But guess what? I have fun doing it. So us making fun of him for being dog shit at his music or his clarinet, dude, he's just trying to have fucking fun and do what he likes to do. And he has to deal with all these fucking dumbasses around him. I love Squidward because I am Squidward. I am Squidward. I have become Squidward in my life. And I think he deserves more love than what he gets. Okay? He deserves all the respect in the world. Plus, low-key, Squidward's funny as fuck. He'd be roasting the shit out of people. And it's like dry as fuck humor. But also is somehow funny as fuck for no reason. So Squidward gets the nod from me, okay? I like Squidward. We'll go ahead and go to Patrick. Patrick Star. I think Patrick, hate me as much as you want, Patrick is a B tier character. Because sure, Patrick's funny, okay? Patrick's funny because he's stupid, which I've claimed I love stupid characters that are funny. But Patrick's also annoying as fuck. Sometimes he's too stupid for my liking and annoys the fuck out of me. Patrick's also selfish as fuck, while also sometimes being a good friend. Like, sure, he loves SpongeBob, but he's also more self-centered, like, especially when it comes to fucking food, okay? So, Patrick is a good character, not great, but he's not a terrible character. I think Patrick's pretty whatever, all right? I think he feeds best off SpongeBob, but when he's by himself, no one cares. No one really cares when he's by himself doing shit. He does best with other characters because he's stupid and they react to him. That's the key to Patrick Star in a nutshell. And I'm just going to go and knock out SpongeBob because this is the one I'm going to get the most hate on. I think SpongeBob is a C tier character. I think SpongeBob's annoying as fuck. Okay? I think the side characters in SpongeBob's show makes the show better. Because when SpongeBob's in an episode, and if he's ever by himself in an episode, it's annoying as shit. And the only thing that's good about the episodes is what happens around him or what the other people have to deal with about him. Okay? Like, say SpongeBob, when they do the whole delivery system and they deliver the pizza, Squidward is the funnier person in that episode. Okay? And when they do like the chocolates, like selling chocolates or whatever, the fucking dude with the broken legs or the old ass lady made that episode better. It was not SpongeBob, the main character. SpongeBob's voice is annoying, his laugh's annoying, and sure, he's meant to be that way, but him in his own show thrives off of other characters doing stuff. He is not a guy who is good by himself. He needs all this other help to make the cartoon better. And that's why I put SpongeBob in C. I do not care for SpongeBob as a character. And I'm sorry to say that for any SpongeBob stans. But absolutely annoying. We'll go to Cindy. D tier. Cindy and Jimmy Neutron's honestly the most annoying character in all of Jimmy Neutron. She's just a hater, bro. Certified hater for no fucking reason, dude. Can't stand a fucking hating bitch, man. She literally just does things to piss Jimmy off or to get Jimmy in trouble, and just wants to like be either a snitch, a bully, anything to just make Jimmy's life harder. And I can't stand those fucking people. She's not likable in any way. And sure, you can say, oh, well, she had a crush on Jimmy and that's how she expresses it. Bullshit. Fuck you. Can't stand that shit, dude. Fuck you. You're in D tier. That's where you belong. I hate you. Alright. So, we're getting down to the final four. And I always like to keep 2 terribles, 2 greats. One's going to be the best. One's going to be the worst. So, let's knock out Zuko. S+ tier. Zuko is the best written character in terms of storyline. The progress and growth that he showed throughout the whole fucking show, the whole cartoon. Zuko is absolutely phenomenal. There is no greater written character in all of, like, in terms of, what's it called? Can't think of the word. But, like, pretty much the growth shown over time, stuff like that. Like, the arc that he came from being like, oh, you fucking hate him, and he's a fucking evil dude, and he's just, you know, trying to get the Avatar or whatever. And then to the end of the show to where he becomes one of the more idolized characters, one of the best characters. All of this shit that he went through, and you learn his backstory. You learn what he does to try to fix his ways. It is so admirable and so great that this character is absolutely almost flawless. He was almost the GOAT. Okay? Which is crazy to think about. If you only watched like the first 10 episodes of Avatar, you would be like, this guy fucking sucks. How is he likable? No one cares. How he was written was fucking flawless, dude. I love whoever fucking did this deserves anything he wants in the world. Or she. Don't remember who wrote this fucking character. Either way, phenomenal, great. On the flip side, we're going to go to Chloe. And if you don't know who Chloe is, Chloe was a new character introduced into Fairly Odd Parents. Now, this character single-handedly made me stop watching the Fairly Odd Parents. So, what happened, if you don't know the story, she was introduced as a new co-main character. You heard that right. Co-main character with Timmy Turner. And basically it was like, oh, there's a shortage of fairies, so they kind of like share fairies in a way. And this bitch is annoying as fuck. Her voice is atrocious. Scratching nails voice. She makes the dumbest fucking decisions. And if you look at the last seasons of like the Fairly Odd Parents, when she was introduced, the ratings went down by like fucking 3/4 of the viewers left because of this character's introduction. And I cannot stand this character, dude. Actually, abysmal to me, personally. Everybody has different views. I can't stand this character. Okay? But, without further ado, if you can just tell by the thumbnail, or the, not thumbnail, but the art right here, we all know what's going to happen. Now, usually I put GOAT at the top. GOAT. But for this particular person, I put P for perfect. Absolute flawless character. This is a perfected through and through character. Uncle Iroh is my favorite cartoon character of all time. Not Nickelodeon, not fucking Disney, not like 4Kids. This is my favorite character ever. He is the best character ever created. He's like the old wise man of the show, which I love wise elderly characters that like help mentor people because I want to grow up to be like that. My whole life goal is to be like a guy who helps people who are struggling and watch them succeed, and I can take pride in that. Like that's the main thing I want to do with my life. I want to achieve Uncle Iroh's status. And I had that feeling before I ever even seen Uncle Iroh on screen. So watching him on screen was like really surreal to me as a like person to cartoon connection, which is weird to say, but I absolutely just adore this man entirely. And he has the only cartoon episode that like makes me super sad and like super emotional. No cartoon's ever done that before. And it all comes from a literal song and his son. And that whole episode is fucking so crazy how much that this character can do stuff to you. Him teaching Zuko, you see progressions through the entire show of his mentorship and teachings. Insane. All the power that Iroh has, because believe it or not, arguably the best firebender in all of Avatar and one of the best fighters that there is in the whole show. You'll never know it because he is one of the few people that does not go to violence and tries to talk it out with everybody. This man got robbed at point blank, or attempted to get robbed at point blank, and he just talked to the guy about his whole life and fucking sent him about his way. Who does that shit, dude? He is a wholesome, perfect. Sure, he has like a bad past, so he's atoning for it as he got older. But that's the growth he's shown. He could have literally just stayed with the Fire Nation, ruled every fucking body, led the whole Lotus. But instead, he's like, I messed up. I need to change my ways. And I want to start by helping Zuko repair his ways so he doesn't fall into the same way I am. Uncle Iroh is perfect. Uncle Iroh is the reason I started drinking hot tea, dude, because I just wanted to fucking be like this guy. This guy is a perfected, amazing, wholesome, just through and through the greatest character to ever be created. And I can't say enough good things about him, man. I love Iroh. Absolutely amazing. Now, this character that's going into the fuck you fucking category is not enough screen time, but this character produced so much hatred in my heart that even in like the one episode he was in, I never forgave him or forgot him, and that's fucking Bubble Bass. Okay? Say what you will. Maybe I'm holding a grudge. Maybe I'm being overdramatic. But if there's two things I hate in life, it's people that lie and people that are deceptive to get somebody, like they lie not for their own personal gain, but they lie. But the deception that people will pull to get others in trouble or in a bad situation. This motherfucker did them both in one episode, and it pisses me off to this day. He is the worst of the fucking worst kind of people. This man had zero things to gain from doing what he did to SpongeBob. Zero things to gain. He could have just ate this burger or whatever and be like, oh, this is good as fuck. Like, thank you. Nah, he said, oh, this shit fucking blows. There's no pickles. And then went back and fucking did it again after causing all this fucking turmoil to SpongeBob for no fucking reason at all. In any single way. He could have just went about his fucking life, been a decent human being, even though he's a fish. And instead he's like, I'm gonna fuck this guy's life up today. And then did that to him. And then went back again. It's like, oh, he's back? I'm gonna fuck his life up again just because fuck this guy. And instead of just being honest about it, or not even being honest, just don't say a fucking thing about it, dude. You just were a piece of shit to be a piece of shit. And I can't fucking stand that, dude. It's to this day, it fucking pisses me off that there are people that are actually like this. Like, why can't you just say, nah, dude, you're good, instead of just trying to fucking sabotage people's life and say dumb shit to try to get them in trouble? Like, that's a problem in today's life that pisses me off. I don't want to see this shit in a cartoon because that instantly just triggers me. Makes me pissed as fuck. I want to go underwater, find a bubble bass, and beat the fuck out of him and shove fucking 10 gallons of pickles down his throat until he explodes. Fuck bubble bass, dude. I hate bubble bass. Oh, man, I fucking hate them. Anyway, this is the perfected Nickelodeon character tier list in a ideal perfect order. Now, next week, we're going to go more in depth. Probably going to have a longer tier list because Cartoon Network is my favorite. We're going to go in pretty hardcore about this. So make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock tomorrow on stream to watch the Cartoon Network tier list. You guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed.